So I'm back out here at the Carolina Skiff. Today I brought the trolling motor, so I'm gonna get that mounted in the front, and I had to get a new battery for the trolling motor also. The one that I took out yesterday that was all corroded. I took it home and I tried to charge it, hoping for the best, but it just wouldn't hold a charge. So went to Advanced Auto Parts, got a new battery, $125 for the 12-volt deep cycle. Always a nice upgrade anyways to get new batteries. That one was from 2018, so it was time to go anyway. But I'm gonna mount it up here in the front. If you know anything about mounting trolling motors on these boats with a front platform, it's next to impossible, because you have to access underneath the platform. Now that I'm looking at it, I might be able to take off this plate right here and get my hand in to access that part. That might work, and that might make my day a whole lot easier. I'm slightly heartbroken right now because I took the plate off, and if you had a small hand, that would be perfect. Might bring the old lady out here and see if her hand is small enough to fit in there, but as you can see, no hope for me. So it's weird. It's like you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but you just can't quite get there, because that little opening would make all the difference. So now I'm gonna have to somehow crawl under there. I might be able to reach my arm all the way through if I maneuver myself in a weird way, but no such luck with the port up here, but it was worth a shot, worth a shot. But gonna get back to it. My reasoning for the positioning that I chose is there was an existing hole right here, so I'm barely gonna cover the hole, and I'm gonna drill my new holes, which I just hate drilling holes in a boat, but there's already some holes right there, so it's not a huge deal. And then I also underestimated how short of a distance this was and how long my arms were, so I'll at least be able to easily access this bolt from this hatch right here, but the next bolt further up is going to be the difficult one. But yeah, about to drill my holes right here. I'm seeing now my drill might not be happy about that angle, so I might have to lift the trolling motor and figure something out. But with moving this out of the way, here goes nothing. I'm just going for it blind, honestly. There's one hole. This is gonna be the second hole. Let me go ahead and put this bolt in, get everything lined up, and then drill my next holes. I'm about to place my first bolt. This is kind of what we're working with here. I can touch it, thankfully, but just barely. Gotta put the washer on first, and hopefully that doesn't fall. I might have to try and figure this out with the washer and the nut in my hand at the same time. It's gonna feel so satisfying whenever I start to thread this bolt, because it's definitely not easy to do blind. Like, put the washer on. Oh my goodness, I think I got it. Oh, it came off. Here we go. It's kind of like tying a knot with a cherry stem in your mouth. I got it. Wow. Let's see. Let's see if we can tighten it up. The clearance for tightening it up might be difficult as well. It's like I have to reach my hand through a compartment to another compartment. Tightening it's not gonna work with it. So I have a small attachment and then this attachment. How it feels, it looks like I need something right in the middle. So we're gonna see what I can find. So I have the smaller attachment now. I don't think this is gonna work, but it might be able to fit on there. If you hear that ratchet, oh my goodness. A beautiful sound. I need to get it really tight because, to be honest, I hate it whenever you're on a boat and you can hear the trolling motor rattling around. So if I can minimize that sound at all, that'll be good news for my OCD. But I mean, she's getting pretty tight, but you got to get these things really tight because if you leave them just hand tight, the vibration of the boat over time will just loosen them up. I almost lost a trolling motor that exact way one time because I took the easy route going this way, and right when we got on plane, 2 out of 4 of the trolling motor boats popped out because they were just hand tight, and I don't want to go through that again. So I got that bolt about as tight as I'm gonna get it. Now I'm about to drill the hole for the next one. Due to this guard right here, I don't think I'm gonna be able to drill all the way through in this one. So I'm gonna have to do this second hole. I don't know if that really makes a difference, but regardless, it's what I gotta do. So we'll send this one through. This one has a lot more clearance underneath. It's not tucked up right against this wall right here. So I'll be able to use the proper socket. Not quite out of the woods yet. I still have to find it. There it is. And then thread it again. This one. Way more clearance though. So I believe whenever I get the socket on there, this one will go a little more smooth. I can't find the thread. There we go. All right. Getting that one threaded. Hand tightening it as much as possible. And then so I was wrong actually. There's more clearance for my hand, but where the bolt comes down, it hangs about like this much space between the floor and the edge of the bolt, so I can't get my socket up underneath it to tighten it up. Luckily, these are the bolts that I'm using. I got shorter ones just in case this exact thing happened. This ain't my first rodeo. So luckily I have this one, so I'm gonna have to get it back out and just restart with a smaller bolt. New bolt is out. Smaller bolt going in. With this, if you're ever working with bolts and needing things to fit a certain way, it's really easy to jinx yourself. So maybe I need to just keep my mouth shut. Hopefully this one is long enough to feel out. There it is. So I found it. I'm trying to get the bolt on now. It feels a bit short though, I'm not gonna lie. Threading it on now. That should be fine. All right, that should be fine. Got it hand tightened, and then that means I can go back in with my smaller one and tighten it up. Oh yeah. The sound of that ratchet right now is music to my ears. Wonderful. Now, if I'm being honest, with how hard those first two were, I don't necessarily think I'll be able to sneak up to that front bolt up there. Worst case scenario, we might just have to leave it at 3. Let me see how far I can reach. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. I used the existing bolt for the front. So if you can see, it was already through the outside lip. So the first bolt was super easy. It's these other bolts that are the difficult ones. But I mean, I got 3 in there. It's pretty tight. I might be able to squeeze one more right here. Where is it at? Where is it at? Oh, right there. Just for that 4th level of security. But I might be able to squeeze it in there. Let me drill a hole and just see if I can feel. So I can't get a ratchet into the last one, so I'm having to grab it with vice grips and spin it around. But look who came to join me.
Hi. Oh, and Cheat. Come here. Come here. Say hello. Okay. She didn't want to say hello.
The whole gang's here. I'm gonna keep working, and I'll check in when this trolling motor's mounted for good. I know I said I was gonna put 3 bolts in there, or 4 bolts, but I scuffed my hand up so bad trying to get this last bolt in there, so it's gonna have to be 3. That thing ain't going nowhere though, and my OCD will be sufficed without all the clicking and clacking. It's tight on there. Did the best I can do. That's all we can ask for. Now I get to clean up all these tools and you can tell my skin gets rather irritated with fiberglass. Getting my hand in there, it was rubbing against the same spot over and over again, so I probably have some fiberglass particles in there. So that's gonna be rough to deal with for the next couple hours. I keep a bottle of soapy water in here. Just water and hand soap for stuff like this. Maybe I can rinse off some of the irritation and get some of the particles out of there. If anything, it's a freshly engaged. What a beauty. What a beauty. Engaged last weekend, huh? What was the day?
March 23rd.
Nice. Now to the easy part. Just wiring up this adapter. It looks pretty simple. Ground to ground, power to power. And then hopefully it plugs right in. So I have the battery mounted in here. Brand new battery. Everything is connected. And then I'm gonna plug it in and hope for the best. I'll be honest, this is not my favorite type of adapter for a trolling motor. But it's the plug that was already installed. So I went to Home Depot and got the adapter for the plug. There she's plugged in. Give her a spin. No. Well, my day just got harder. Day just got a lot harder. I know the trolling motor works. I hooked it up to the car battery just to make sure. I'm gonna switch these wires around first. And then if that doesn't work, I'm gonna dissect this plug up here. And then if that doesn't work, then I'll see to make sure this battery has a charge. It's a brand new battery, and the guy at the store, he said that it was fully charged, but he didn't test the battery. He just told me that it was fully charged, and I took his word for it. But I'm gonna switch these wires around first and see what happens. I swapped these wires, tried to plug it back in, still no power to the trolling motor. I'm gonna go down here and look at the battery, really crossing my fingers that when I was putting it in, maybe one of the terminals just popped off. But if that's not the case, then I guess I'm gonna have to take this back off, which that I could have done something silly whenever I took this outlet off earlier to see if I could get my hand in there. I'm hoping for something like that, something. Okay, I'm no electrician, but I'm not a huge fan of whatever this is. It looks like it might be some type of relay. But I'm gonna see if I can take this off and then just hardwire it from the outlet to here. Because I mean, this thing looks old and busted anyway. Yeah, it looks like it was a fuse. If it's if I can even figure out how to access the fuse. Oh. Yeah, all of this is really corroded. Oh, and it just keeps breaking off everywhere. Yeah, I might see what I can do about taking this thing off. Everything is just so dry rotted and snapping off anyway. I've never personally ran a fuse to my trolling motor before. I've always been all right. It does get kind of wet down here, so I can see why he probably threw a fuse on there, but let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and take this off. Life just keeps getting harder. This one is just a bit too small. I'm gonna see what I can do about bending it out. And worst comes to worst, I might have to maybe take something off of that. But hopefully I can bend this out a little bit. All right, so I actually just drilled out a bigger hole. So we're gonna connect the negative. Get it like as straight as possible. And then connect the positive. Did you see what I did wrong? A keen eye will see what I did wrong just now. When I was putting the battery back in, I basically was just going off of the exact like configuration that the last one was. Oh my goodness. I have the negative to the positive and the positive to the negative. So I mean, a whole lot of just like extra work for no reason. You know, that's life though. That's life. What are you gonna do? Can't complain. It's a nice day out here. I'm gonna button this up and go over there, and at this point I'm sure it's gonna fire up. What a goofball move. I've worked on hundreds of cars. This is like my 30th boat that I've owned. Here goes nothing. At this point, I hope it's just a goofball mistake. Let's give it a spin. Of course. Goofball moves around here. All moves. But hey man, she works. Now I'm gonna put the battery back where it's supposed to be, strap it up, put all these tools away. I might not even work on the steering right now. I might just take the win and call it quits for the rest of the day. Go grab some food with the old lady. And goodness man, I wonder if I should put this back on. I don't know. Whatever. Have a good day, guys. Thanks for watching. Like I said, these trolling motors are a pain in my piece. Right before I leave, I was just looking at it, and it looks so good. I feel like I should show you guys what it looks like at the moment. Here she is. Trolling motor, all good. I put the gas tank back here, and good news, where it sits, I can slide it all the way to the left, and there's enough room, I think, for exactly one more 6-gallon tank. So 12 gallons in a boat like this with the 4-stroke, that's a long haul. So I might go grab that $50 6-gallon tank that I was talking about from yesterday and then squeeze it in there. New battery up front. I got this this from Walmart yesterday too. Every day I go and I check the clearance aisle, and this was on clearance for $2.50, if you can believe that. Couldn't pass it up. I have some old ones over there, so just little upgrades, making it look better here and there. And then what I just did was came in here and cleaned up all the wiring, kept what needed to be there, got rid of what did not need to be there, and then I zip tied everything up there so it's not all hanging down, and it looks good. Yeah man, she's cleaning up nice. Like I said, I've said it multiple times, that tight steering is the last thing that I need to fix, and then we're on the water catching fish. All the lights work and everything, so is when I'm gonna leave you. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to see what it looks like at the moment. Trailer's in good shape too. Lucked out with that. Going to Publix right now. Gonna grab a turkey wrap. There you go. Probably some sun chips and a vitamin water. And then I'm gonna go pick up the old lady, and we're gonna get into some stuff. So until next time, peace.